And welcome back into the Bettor Half Hour, my favorite segment where we bring you sports betting veterans in the game. You've seen them crush on this show, as well as the betting exchange. The one and only Adam Ronis from PicksWise and SiriusXM. Adam, great to see you, my friend.
Always good to talk some betting with you. Very excited to be here once again today.
All right, let's start out with which wide receiver in the Super Bowl is more likely to have their receiving props overlooked, OBJ or Jamar Chase?
It's probably going to be Beckham. I mean, if you look actually at their stats in the postseason, they're very similar. Beckham just hasn't been getting the respect. His yards prop has been around 48 to 52 over the last few weeks, and he's blown by it. And obviously a huge game last week going over 100 yards. You know, a lot of people were saying Beckham was done because he didn't do anything in Cleveland. I thought he wasn't. I thought it was a situation. He obviously filled in once Robert Woods went down, and he's performed very well. So I expect that number obviously to be higher, but obviously I think Beckham's going to be more overlooked because Jamar Chase obviously is that superstar, and his props have been very high for the last few weeks.
I agree. But think about this, Adam. They up it about 10, 12 yards, pending where you shop for Odell, because he got over 100. I'm seeing, and I had to check my stigmatism, they dropped Jamar Chase's receiving yards down into the early 70s. There's a world where you can make a case for Chase, who just made the postseason rookie NFL record for most receiving yards. He's gone over 100 in 2 of the last 3. We know Ramsey isn't a cover corner. I like my chances right now with the disrespect they're given with Chase in the 70s.
Yeah, I think this is recency bias, right? A lot of people look at what happened last week. He had 6 catches for 54 yards against the Chiefs. They're going to look at the Rams' ability to put pressure on Burrow. But I agree about Ramsey. He has not shadowed a lot this year. That could change. Maybe they decide to put him on Chase, but then you have T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. So I think it's a product of the Rams' defense, specifically the defensive line, putting pressure on Burrow and recency bias. But we know Chase is so explosive. You know, you could throw a slant to him and he could take it 40, 50 yards. That's the difference. You know, the longest reception for Chase in the postseason is 57 yards. For Beckham, it's 31. So Beckham's number is going to go up. There's no doubt about it. It has to.
It has to. I like it. Okay, so let's move now to a little bit of a head coach question here. Who's more likely to succeed, or who would you put your money on for next season? McDaniels going from OC to head coach in Las Vegas with the Raiders, or Daboll out of Buffalo from OC to head coach for the New York Football Giants?
I don't feel good at all about McDaniels. The vibes are absolutely terrible there. The reports are a lot of the players didn't want him. We know he failed his first time around in Denver. He went 11-17. And I know he said he wasn't even ready for that situation and he learned from it. But we've seen a lot of times some guys are just not cut out to be head coaches. They're coordinators. And I feel that way with McDaniels. Now, we don't really know about Daboll yet, but we do know Josh Allen was terrible his first couple of years. And he developed him into one of the best quarterbacks now in the NFL. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is that, but he does have a similar skill set. And Daniel Jones has had numerous offensive coordinators, coaching changes. There's been no consistency. There's been no offensive line. They do have skill players there. And Daboll does have experience under Nick Saban and Belichick.
I like what you're putting down, but in a world of quarterbacks in the NFL, Adam, and you're giving me Daniel Jones. I don't even know if the guy's an 80 in Madden overall. Or Derek Carr and what this team was able to do under constant duress on and off the field. I'm going to go with McDaniels. Look, if no Josh McDaniels in Denver, there is no Tebow mania. I know 11-17 as a career head coach isn't great. I just think as far as the work cut out for him, Daboll is climbing up Everest. I can't believe Daniel Jones is getting another season to audition in a league where sophomores are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, look, Carr is one of those quarterbacks. I don't think he could take you to the next level. I'm not saying Daniel Jones can either, but we need to see him work with a good coaching staff. Let's not forget McDaniels also verbally committed to the Colts in 2018 and backed out. And again, the vibe, the atmosphere, I just not feeling it. With McDaniels, you could already see none of the players showed up to his press conference. They didn't want him.